So this is the first not political poem that I've written in a while, so bear with me, because I don't know if I know how to talk about emotions anymore. 5 dances. Do you remember the first time you really moved? Hands flying, your body fluid in the air, no strings, pushed right and left by invisible waves and vibrations. No thought in your mind, but music. You don't need to learn to dance. Babies and children do it without being taught. It's a natural movement, how our bodies express elemental freedom, though I was kicked out of ballet at 5. Maybe ballet is more of a sport, beautiful but formulaic. The purest form of devotion I've ever seen was a whirling dervish. There were a few steps from bobbing up and down to Big Bird sing-alongs to thrashing wildly, headbashing in a gypsy punk rock mosh pit, lifted off the ground by the pressing crowd. Always, when I danced, I didn't care what I looked like, who saw me, if I might be a fool. Dancing with a partner is something else. Trusting they won't step on you. Following, leading, making decisions together with no time for discussion. Letting their hand touch your hand, back, waist. Even if you never see them again, the touch of a dance that brings you heart to heart can stay with you forever. The first dance that stayed with me, so clearly that if I close my eyes, I can see your hands reaching out for mine. And the music playing late at night, the dinosaurs in the Natural History Museum looking down at us. A crowd gathered round. I said, I don't know how to dance swing. You said, that's fine, I'll show you. And suddenly you were tossing me in the air, as if I were light, swinging me through your legs, twirling and laughing so hard I could barely breathe. I don't know if you knew how self-conscious I was, but with you, I never questioned myself. Summer after freshman year, a different man, my intimidatingly brilliant boyfriend, who never called me or paid much attention. So when he took me to a concert, where of course everyone knew him, because everyone in New York City knew him, I burned brighter than a supernova. My back to him, he held me, and we did as we were told, gently swaying as M. Ward covered Bowie's Let's Dance. I must have heard the truth in those words, even as I didn't want to believe them, because when he did break my heart in two, I never fully recovered, but I wasn't surprised. Senior year of college, my friends and I went out for Cuban boleros and bar ballads. As the slow beat flooded the room, my shy partner of 4 years surprised me by floating me out onto the floor and revealing that he had been secretly learning the dance moves. As the song ended, he dipped me over his knee and kissed me. Even in poetry, I can't talk about him. He was such a good man. 5 years ago, my friends went to a Halloween party in Montreal as the live-action role-player medieval knights who fight a battle on Mount Royal every Sunday. My costume was Joan of Arc. A friend I hadn't spoken to for a month following a disagreement walked through the sexy cats and scantily clad policewomen. He was dressed as a pirate, which, if you knew him, you would recognize as a very accurate costume. We danced, barely touching each other, our fingers only lightly touching. We had never dated, never slept together, just kissed once many years ago, but I was madly in love with him for years. That dance was goodbye. I haven't seen him since. That was the last dance that mattered to me, the last one I want to remember. I've always thought it was strange that with a few notable exceptions, the people I've never been with are the ones I've loved the most. As if the fact that you're willing to let me be, to not need to hold me, makes our love more perfect than the ones that end in flames. Who said teens have the monopoly on schmaltz or fantasy? Someday the 5th dance will come, a future mystery. Whether the invitation comes from me or my partner, my feet will move again. My arms will wind through the air, and together we will spin and glide and dip, 2 bodies moving in one time, feeling that freedom from thought and purpose together. In the millisecond before the dance starts, I'll remember all of these other dances and realize that they are in the past, and I'll feel a rush of fear because I'm jumping ahead of the future mystery and armchairing a solution. I'm bound to lose you. But if this dance is as good as I suspect it's going to be, I won't care. I'll float in your arms on the distinct possibility that I might be wrong, and there will be nothing but music to carry us into the future and drown out those not so inevitable flames.